Well, the race for the World Series crown is down to 8. And a capacity crowd is in postseason form as we get you ready for this one. It's Game 1 of the National League Division Series between the San Francisco Giants and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Hi again, everyone. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to our special postseason coverage of baseball on the show. I'm joined by Eric Karros and Steve Lyons. And Steve, let's take a look at how these two ball clubs got to where they are.
Yeah, and you can see how these two teams stack up. And it's hard to say exactly who you'd give the edge to right now. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if the pitchers were the guys that got the upper hand in this series.
The postseason is officially in full swing. Lineups and first pitch coming up next. Back now live as we count down to the start of Game 1. Let's join public address announcer Mike Carlucci.
And now, your 2017 Los Angeles Dodgers.
Briefly now, we'll look at the two starters who get the ball here in Game 1. And here's how the visiting San Francisco Giants line up in this one. Steve, what's the key for him against one of the best starters in the game?
Well, they're facing a guy today that throws a lot of strikes, so you're going to have to be aggressive early in the count, but get the ball up in the zone. Shorten up a little bit, put the ball in play.
Jordan Zimmerman will do the pitching in front of the hometown crowd here in Game 1. What do you have for us on him, EK?
Well, guys, when you talk about starting pitchers, he's one of the most consistent there is in the game. He's got a career ERA in the low 3s. I expect him to throw a good ball game here in this one.
And with that, let's look at how the Dodgers align on defense. It's brought to us by Majestic. Any thoughts, Eric?
Well, guys, we have an opportunity to watch one of the most talent-laden outfielders in the game. Yasiel Puig can do it all. He can run down balls. He's got an arm that he is not afraid to show off. We'll see what he does in this one.
Austin Jackson will come forward to lead things off as this NL Division Series is about to take flight.
And these guys come in here on a high following their wild card victory. So even though they won't have the home field advantage, they do have that momentum going for them and a postseason win under their belts already.
And we are underway this afternoon as the first pitch is over for a called strike one.
First pitch, 105.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Ellsbury on the move. 1 out.
Yeah, an easy fly ball there to start the ball game. One of the big keys for him in this one is going to be keeping that leadoff man off base. He's off to a good start here.
Angel Pagan will stand in, one of the heroes of the wild card game victory that got him into this division series.
Yeah, he had some pressure-filled at-bats in that ball game. He delivered in a big way.
And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Very nice afternoon, high skies, and 77 degrees at game time. Bases are empty, one man out. Now this pitch is popped up. Playable for Grandal behind the plate. And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out.
Sometimes
when you're throwing 95 miles an hour, you can make a mistake and get away with it. Here, he just can't get on top of this one and winds up popping it up.
Buster Posey gets his first opportunity now in the top of the first with nobody on. Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0.
Well, that's a good thing that pitch was above the strike zone, because a few inches lower and that ball's right in his wheelhouse.
Hit out towards second. Kendrick's got it. Throw on to the first baseman. Gonzalez will take care of him, and the inning is over. Nothing doing here in the opening half inning. It's the Giants nothing. Dodgers coming to bat. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Time now to check out how the hometown Dodgers line up in this one. How do they go about taking down their rivals, Steve?
Well, I think they have to understand where they're playing. This is a great pitcher's ballpark, so you're not going to go out there trying to hit the light towers with everything you swing at. Make solid contact, move the line, and play a little bit more small ball.
Matt Cain gets the call in hostile territory here for Game 1 of the division series. Eric, any thoughts?
Well, guys, remember, he's got 5 pitches to work with, so that really makes it difficult for the hitter. He can change speeds, ball moving in and out. Not a lot of fun for the hitters.
With a moment now, let's take a look at the Giants lineup defensively. It's brought to us by Majestic. Eric, what do we need to know?
Well, guys, this defense is rock solid up the middle. They've got a Gold Glover at second base who is athletic, agile, and has range second to none.
And there you see Jacoby Ellsbury as he'll lead things off here in the home half of the first.
Center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury.
Right side, hit hard. Panic with the dive. He goes to first. Got him.
Oh, what a play.
Batting second.
On a ball hit like that, if you're the pitcher, you're thinking, oh, base hit. But not this time. What tremendous defense out there. Great diving stop. Makes the play and gets the out. And the pitcher acknowledges it, and he's happy about it.
Here's Carl Crawford now. As he'll take a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1.
Oh, that's a thing of beauty right there.
Chopped toward the second baseman. Panic barehanded. He's out.
Oh, love it. And, you know, sometimes these guys make it look so easy, we forget how difficult it is to make a play like that. Not only did he barehand this ball, but he also made a sweet throw on the run over to first base. So often you'll see a guy airmail or short hop a throw like that because of the bad grip you have on the ball. But not in this case. That's a nice play.
In now is Yasiel Puig. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0.
I think that's consistent with how the strike zone gets called nowadays. That's a strike in the rule book, but most umpires won't give you that pitch anymore.
Cain has his target. Here it is on 1-0. Chop foul at the plate, strike 1. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. Hard hit ball to second. And that's in there, so perhaps some life here with 2 men out.
First base runner of the ball game now for either team comes with 2 outs here in the home first. Now, with the cleanup guy due next, things all of a sudden could get a bit interesting.
Adrian Gonzalez set to take his first cuts with a man at first and 2 away.
Yeah, and he's going to have to find a gap to give that man on first a chance to score.
Over to first is Kane, and the runner back. He's set. Here it comes. Pitches a cold strike. The throw. And he'll be tagged out at second base. Trying to get into scoring position, but instead the inning is over. Dodgers go down quietly. After 1, no score. Hunter Pence makes his way to the plate. He'll get us started here in the top of the second.
The right fielder, number 8, Hunter Pence.
Zimmerman's ready. Here's the first pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. And no shot even for Crawford. It's a foul ball. The windup and the 0-1. And oh, he definitely broke the plane there as he went after the pitch inside, and it's strike 2. Inside, as that perhaps will back him off a bit. 1-2.
Well, I think that fastball is just for show there. He's not trying to throw this for a strike.
Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. And this is cut on and missed by Pence as he set down on strikes for the first out.
And obviously, any time you can strike this guy out, you'll take it. I mean, he runs like a greyhound out there. So even routine grounders can sometimes be turned into base hits. Not when you're not making contact, though.
Here's Casey McGee. Lays off 1-0.
Yeah, and coming right off of that strikeout, he's got to be thinking he should be ahead of this next guy. That's a tough way to fall behind.
No score here as we play inning number 2. And a fastball that's about off the radar screen there. It's 2-0.
And you go back to the call on that very first pitch, how important that was. Now instead of a 1-1 count, you're at 2-0 with a really dangerous hitter up there.
3-0 now.
Now that he's worked it to 3-0, he's got a couple of free pitches here to pick out one he really likes.
And that misses as well. Ball 4, so it's a 4-pitch walk here.
Batting 6th, second baseman.
Joe Panik will stand in, held hitless in the wild card game victory.
Yeah, and they wound up not needing him in that victory, but if they plan on making any noise in these playoffs, he's going to have to be a guy they lean on.
Here's the first pitch to him. Fastball too high to start him out here, 1-0. And there is our officiating crew in this one, calling balls and strikes, Mr. Freddie Ferguson.
Well, Ferg, as he's known amongst baseball people, really does call a good game back there. He might reward a pitcher for a good location every once in a while, but most of his calls, they seem to be spot on.
Sent on the ground out to second. Gloved by Kendrick. And a bit of a high throw that time, but not much problem over there at first as that will end the inning. 4-6-3. They roll it up to get out of the jam. Back with more from Game 1 after this. Adrian Gonzalez strides into the box now to lead off the home half of the second inning.
First baseman, Adrian Gonzalez.
Here comes the first pitch. And this one's nowhere close as that bounces to the plate for ball one. And that pitch misses in the dirt, and it's 2-0 now.
And on 2-0, this is where he's the most dangerous up there. I know it's a fastball count, but I would maybe think about something else.
Chop foul right at home plate. It's strike one. And, ooh, he's really given some leeway on the outside edge here. 2-2 now.
Whether you like it or not, now that you've seen what the strike zone's going to be like, you're going to have to make an adjustment.
Set to deal on 2-2. It's sharply toward third, but McGee able to spear it, and that's an unlucky first out.
And that's one of those plays where you might need to reinforce the laces on your glove after this inning ends. This is a fastball, and it is hammered. I mean, hammered out there. But he's going to wind up with nothing to show for it.
Into the box now, Josh Donaldson. He'll get to take his first cuts here. Into the windup and the pitch. Ripped on the ground to first. Rodriguez is up with it, and he'll take this to the bag himself, and there are two away now. And with two away now, let's give you a look at the big picture here. There you see the participants in this year's playoffs. Yasmani Grandal gets his first chance here, looking to make something happen with two gone in the bottom of the second. Smoke toward the hole. And this will get through into right, and he's aboard with a single.
Yeah, just a nice job of hitting that time. You can see he's got a strong top hand there, and he just hooks this one into the hole for a two-out single.
Stepping in now, Justin Turner, as he'll go after the first pitch and send a chopper out to second. Barehanded on the hop. Got him.
Whew, no problem.
One left for L.A. We'll move to the third with no score. We welcome you back on a sunny day here in Los Angeles, set to start the third inning in this one. Juan Rodriguez leads it off here. Bottom third of the order set to go here in the third.
Well, he's faced the minimum so far, and obviously it's still early, but they need to get something going because you can't let this guy settle in out there.
Zimmerman gets the sign. Here comes the first pitch. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. And reined in, one away.
Well, nothing better than a first pitch pop-up to start the inning. And you'll take that every time.
Stepping in, Brandon Crawford, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. And he falls behind 0-2. Here's the 0-2. He pops him up toward the left side of the infield, and he'll put it away now without much of a problem. 2 gone now here in the 3rd.
2 batters now in the inning, and he's gotten a pop-up and a little soft liner, so he's making it look pretty easy out there.
Standing in now, Matt Keane. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1.
And against a guy like this, you're usually only going to get 1 pitch to hit in that bat. Sometimes you might not even get that, so that's one he may want back.
And he takes this one high, 1-1. 3rd inning, no score to this point. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
This guy is almost no threat up at the plate. I mean, you could get away with fastballs right down the middle if you wanted to.
Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That's going to even up the count at 2-2. Hit the other way out toward right field. Puig has a read on it, and that retires the side. Giants are down 1-2-3. Home half of the 3rd coming up. No score. Howie Kendrick digs into the box in the bottom of inning number 3.
For the Dodgers, second baseman, Howie.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And he lays off there, 1-0. And he won't bite at that one either. It's 2-0. Two and 0 count. Here it comes. Too far out in front that time. You can't keep it fair. 2-1. Hitters count now. Here's the 2-1. Sent foul again, and after being way ahead, now it's even at 2-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Outside and a full count. 3-2.
You can bet they'd love a ball 4 here. Well, that would let this guy have a shot to bunt him over.
Neither guy willing to give in, and the at-bat will continue. Full count. Here it comes. A little late on the fastball, but he's able to spoil that one off, and he'll get another chance. And good patience exercised as he works out the walk to lead off the home half of the 3rd.
Yeah, that's nice to see a little patience up there. These guys have been what I would call overly aggressive these first few innings. Finally, somebody's figured out the importance of maybe taking a pitch or two.
The pitcher, Jordan Zimmerman, steps up to the plate in a sacrifice situation, so let's see if that is indeed on right here.
Textbook sack situation here, guys.
And they indeed have the pitcher bunting here as he gets this one down. Only plays to first, so the pitcher does his job as it's a successful sacrifice.
And with your pitcher at the plate, you always like it when he can get that bunt down on the very first pitch. Not only do you let him get back to the dugout and rest up just a little bit, but you also keep that momentum going. And that's a nice job right there.
Jacoby Ellsbury will dig in again. He grounded out to start the home first.
And he only saw a couple pitches, too. And that's great for the pitcher when you can get an easy leadoff out like that.
breaking ball for a strike. 0-1.
And you know, this is a guy that loves the ball down and in. It's one of the locations he really covers well, so they're going to want to mix their spots here.
That's over, but low. It's a ball and a strike.
Yeah, curveball, then change up here on the first couple pitches. Now might be the time to see him run that fastball in on his hands. Maybe try and get this guy to pop something up.
Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. To first, Rodriguez takes it in. And he'll take this one to the bag for the out, but meanwhile the runner will move up 90 feet to third base.
Boy, as a hitter, you know you're hoping to get that ball into the outfield somewhere, make it hit the grass, give your guy a chance to score. In this situation, all he does is get to third base. That's not a big help.
So a man at third here with 2 gone, and here comes the speedy Carl Crawford. From the stretch. On Kane bringing the fastball now as he jumps ahead. No balls and a strike. Here's one that misses high. It's 1-1.
Very tempting up there, but that's also a pitch that a lot of guys will pop up. So that's a nice job of laying off.
No score at this point, but a 2-out hit could get a runner in from third. This is pulled into right. And a base hit as the run will come in to score from third, and it's now a 1-0 lead for the Dodgers.
Yeah, that's a good job right there with 2 away to pick up the first run of the ball game from third base. Very important to cash in when you're given the early opportunities, and he comes through big time right there.
In now is Yasiel Puig as he'll take a look at a high strike here on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Seemed to quicken his delivery to the plate on that last pitch.
Well, you got to remember the slide step does 2 things for you. It gets the catcher the ball quicker so he can throw a guy out, or it will hold the runner on first so he doesn't steal it all.
Throw over to first and a dive, but he's back in. A runner on first with 2 away. And a pitch out, but Crawford's not going. Now a swing and a miss, and he's behind 1-2. Looks like he employed the slide step on that last pitch.
Maybe you see a little cat and mouse game going between the pitcher and the runner right now. We'll see who wins the...
And there goes Crawford. Pitch inside the throw. And it's not in time as Crawford takes second with ease.
Good time to run right here. 2 strikes, 2 outs. If he gets thrown out, you let the guy start off the next inning with a fresh count. Instead, as it is, now he's got a shot at a 2-out RBI.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. So 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left. On to the 4th now in game number 1. It's the Dodgers 1 and the Giants nothing. Leading off the inning, Austin Jackson, as they'll look to get something going here and even this game up.
And in a pretty close game so far, they'd love to see this guy get on base so they can get a rally started to get back in this thing.
And he'll power in a fastball that time at 94 for strike 1.
Well, that one's at 94, so the velocity's good right now.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Oh, man, what a perfect pitch right there in a perfect spot. And that's exactly how you have to attack a guy like this. He wasn't even close on that pitch.
A little bit off the outside. It's 1-2. Pretty clear the plan is to keep everything away.
And that's smart for most guys, but you've got to know your scouting report because this is a guy that can cover the outside part of the plate.
And Jackson's not offering at that one, and it'll knock things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And when he's down 0-2, he's smart enough to know guys are going to try and get him to chase. So now at 2-2, he's got himself back to a spot where he doesn't have to go after a pitcher's pitch.
And here's a slider. Strike 3 called, and that'll be the first out of the inning.
In a one-run game like this, just keeping this guy off base is a big development because he can do his damage in a lot of different ways.
Into the box, Angel Pagan. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1.
Anytime you can throw a first pitch strike to about 60% of the batters you've faced or better than that, then you should get pretty good results. And we're in the middle innings in this game, so that's pretty good.
Outside for a ball, 1-1. Giants are still searching for their first hit of the ball game. And they'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. Zimmerman steps into the windup. Here's the 2-1. Fastball is looked at for strike 2.
A little conviction behind that fastball.
Not where he wanted that fastball to be, and it's 3-2 now. A former MVP waiting on deck in the form of Buster Posey. And that misses for ball 4.
Still no hits on the ledger, but at least they get themselves a base runner here. And that's a step in the right direction.
Digging in now, Buster Posey. He got on top of one and was a ground-out victim last time.
And Matt, with the double play in order, they'll obviously be looking to induce another ground ball out of him right here.
Pitch out.
1-0.
Nothing doing. Inside corner, a ball and a strike. One of the things that makes him so tough to hit, the ability to put his pitches right on the black.
Yeah, I mean, you watch the catcher's glove on some of these, and it literally does not move. That's how good his stuff is.
Ground ball right side. And he'll reach to knock this ball down. And they'll wind up with no play here as he reaches first safely.
Not exactly the most convincing base hit you're ever going to see, but it's going to finally get him into that hit column. And at this point, they'll take anything they can get, and he's on with an infield single.
So striding in, Hunter Pence, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. And he takes ball 1.
Oh, he wanted that one. Probably should have got it, too.
No runs, just 1 hit, and no errors on the Giant ledger to this point. This one's a strike. It's 1-1.
Yeah, the best way to neutralize this guy's power, just keep putting pitches right there.
Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Hit the target, but this is low, 2-1.
He's still got a couple pitches to deal with right here, but he's starting to lose command of his pitches. You got to take a step back, take a deep breath, and get back in the zone.
Set to deliver on 2-1. On a good pitch there, had him stretching to get out there, and it's 2-2 now.
Yeah, that's where you need to be selective. That was a pitcher's pitch, and now you give that advantage right back.
A ball hit softly on a line to third. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield.
And the funny thing about this at-bat, he does everything wrong on this swing. I mean, first off, this pitch is out of the strike zone, and secondly, he tries to pull it instead of taking it the other way. Anyhow, pays off for him.
Here's Casey McGee. As he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. It's going to take a lot of guile to work out of this one.
Well, he's got plenty in reserve. This would need to be a magic act, no doubt.
Chop foul over towards the coaching box. Has to be thinking strikeout here. Chop foul at the plate, and he stays alive, still 0-2. A pause, and the 0-2. 0-2 is a fastball that misses inside. 1-2 now.
Yeah, and he didn't want that one to be in the strike zone. Even with the bases loaded, this is still a strikeout situation, remember.
Hit to third. Donaldson's up with it. Hendrick relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. A golden opportunity to get on the board here goes for naught. We're back with more of Game 1 after this message and a word from our local stations. Adrian Gonzalez is set to lead us off in the home half of the fourth inning.
First baseman, number 23.
Right side, backhanded. And he'll take this to the bag. 3 unassisted for the first out. So with that, let's call on the guys in the graphics department to put up the pitch speed comparison for the two starters. And both guys have been coming with some low to mid 90s heat here. 96 versus 93 as the top two speeds thus far. Josh Donaldson stands in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out. And he'll start the at-bat with a slider that didn't miss by a whole lot. It's ball 1.
Well, that's a pretty good spot to try and lock him up inside, but you know, he can turn on that location if that's out over the plate.
Skied into straightaway right. Hence has it in his tracks. He's got it, and there are 2 down now.
This is just proving that you don't always have to strike guys out to be successful. That's a good job of changing up on a guy, and that means he's gotten the first 2 outs here on just 3 pitches.
Digging in, Yasmani Grandal, as the switch hitter will take his cuts left-handed here. First delivery to him on the way. Off-speed pitch in the dirt as he takes it for a ball. And here's a fastball in for strike 1. 91 miles an hour that time. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. can't keep the weight back, and he falls behind 1-2. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And he'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2.
Yeah, and on 1-2, when you know the guy at the plate needs to protect, that's a great spot for that curveball. A lot of guys, they would have gone fishing for that.
And a changeup here, but that's taken low in the dirt for a ball.
Well, when you have a guy 2-2, you can throw something out of the zone, try and get him to chase, but when it's that far below the strike zone, it becomes a lot easier to lay off.
Skied in the air to straightaway left. Pagan on the run. He can't get there as it falls in. The throw into second.
The batter, number 10, shortstop.
Well, this is really a laser right here. You're going to see it pretty much go right over his head out there and left, and it'll one-hop the left field wall. That's going to allow his man to cruise into second with an easy double.
In now, Justin Turner. As he'll take a look at ball 1. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out. This is hit high and deep out to left. Back goes Pagan, but he has no chance to make the play. It's off the wall. And the run is in to score from second. It's a 2-0 ball game.
Boy, back-to-back well-hit balls are going to get him a run right here. You've got one runner already at second following the double. And he's just going to switch places with him out there as this ball winds up off the wall. And they're getting some good swings right now as they get a run on back-to-back doubles.
Here's Howie Kendrick. As he will take strike 1 on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Right over the top with that curveball, and it's 0-2.
And after walking him the first time around, he's all business here in the second half.
And he couldn't get him to chase the 0-2 fastball. It's 1-2.
And he doesn't want to give in here, even on a 1-2 count. Not with the base open and the pitcher on deck.
2 out here and a runner at second. Swing and a liner. Foul. Chopped weakly to the left. Fielded by McGee. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Dodgers get 1 in the inning on the RBI double. We played 4. It's now 2-0 LA. Joe Panik will stand in to lead things off here, and his guys have been unable to get anything going to this point.
Yeah, and you think so many times in the postseason, we see starting pitching really come to the forefront. And this guy's been every bit as good as advertised so far.
First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. The pitch count there. 1 pitch into his 5th inning of work. Not much of a concern, I wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, it shouldn't be. He hasn't had any real overtaxed innings, so he should be fine for the time being.
And he misses low with it. 2-0. And a very low strike there. Trying to speed up the game, perhaps. It's 2-1.
Well, you get the sense that what they need is one big hit from anybody in the lineup. If they could get one, it could get them right back in this game, because right now they just seem out of it.
All even now, 2-2. Zimmerman looks in. 2-2 on its way home. Look out. Don't want to hit him there. It's full 3-2.
You worry a little about things snowballing from here?
Well, you know, these are two teams that don't traditionally care for each other too much, so we've seen this go south before.
Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning.
And I'll tell you what, he's throwing with a lot of confidence right now. And he's also taking some chances with location, but you know, he's thinking he's bulletproof out there, and so far he has been.
Striding into the box, Juan Rodriguez. His last at-bat didn't go his way as he popped out in foul territory.
Yeah, his swing definitely broke down a little bit last time. He got way underneath the ball. It'll be interesting to see if he can make that adjustment and stay on top of the ball here.
Now a swing and a fly ball. Puig on the move, but this is going to wind up a foul ball. Got him.
I'll tell you what, that's one of the best curveballs he's thrown. Not just for the break, but the spot he threw it in. Dropped that one right where he needed it to be.
Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. As he'll take a look at a high strike that time, it's 0-1. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors on the Giant ledger to this point. Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. Ripped down the first base line, but a foul ball, 1-2 now. Looking to set down the side on strikes. Here it comes. Still 1-2 as he fouls it away. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. Just inside, not by much. It's 2-2.
Yeah, sort of a pesky at-bat up there. You know he'd just love to fire one more fastball by this guy and be done with this inning.
Good swing on a tough pitch, and he'll stick around to see another one. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. A full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And this guy won't lay down here because there's 2 outs and nobody on. He's putting up a good fight.
Keeps fighting him off. The 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Not quick enough that time, and he's lucky to get another chance. Count remains full. Into the windup, ready with the payoff pitch. Oh, and he lets him off the hook there, as this isn't even close for ball 4.
Well, at the very least, this is going to allow the pitcher to hit here in this inning now instead of having to lead off the next inning.
Matt Cain is at the plate now. Flied out in his first at-bat. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And a high strike there, 0-1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. 2 out with the man at first. Well, he just threw that fastball by him.
Yeah, 1 pitch away now from getting through 5 shutout innings. And I'll tell you what, the way he's throwing, this could turn out to be a night off for the bullpen.
Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. 1 left for San Francisco. They're still down. It's 2-0. Jordan Zimmerman comes to the plate as we get started here in the bottom of the 5th.
Jordan Zimmerman.
And a fastball close, but ultimately ruled a ball. 1-0. That one will get out of play, and the count evens up at 1-1. Fastball close, but he didn't get it. 2-1. On a good pitch there, had him stretching to get out there, and it's 2-2 now. Hit weakly on the ground to short. Throws in time, and that's out number 1.
Yeah, he's able to set down his opposite number there, and I'll tell you, these 2 guys have pretty much matched each other pitch for pitch so far.
So the bases are empty with 1 man gone, and it's back to the top of the order now for Jacoby Ellsbury. And this one's not close. It's in the dirt for ball 1. Here's a high pop-up. Rodriguez will wait on it. And that's out number 2.
Now batting.
This has been the story all afternoon. They have just not been able to get on top of his fastball. Here's another pop-up to prove it.
Carl Crawford will dig in. 1 for 2. He grounded out the first time and followed that with a base hit in his second plate appearance. First offering on its way. Bat explodes as this has popped up. And they will not get him at first as he's able to leg out the throw.
Well, we're going to show you this again in show motion. He does everything he can down there at third base. This is a great effort just to get rid of the ball, but the throw's just too late to get his man at first.
And with Adrian Gonzalez just around the corner, we'll see a lefty getting loose in the bullpen now. Over to first is Kane. A dive, but he's back.
Got a pretty good lead right there.
In now is Yasiel Puig. Slider, and it's off his glove, and it bounces away. And that's going to move that runner into scoring position now.
Well, this inning looked to be almost over, but got a base hit, a pass ball. Now all it might take is another single to get him a run here after all.
Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. Who pulled the string and had him way out in front, a ball and a strike.
Yeah, just really jumping out at that last pitch. He had him thinking fastball, maybe even slider.
Ready to deal. Here's the 1-1. That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now.
So far, he's the only guy that struck out for these guys. He's in danger of making it 2 now.
2 out here and a runner at second. Hit on the ground to short. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. Dodgers leave 1. They're up 2-0. Austin Jackson will stand in to start things off, as this top of the batting order hasn't found a whole lot of success so far.
In fact, just 1 hit between the 1, 2, 3 hitters combined. So apparently the table setters have not been getting their chores done.
Some action in the Dodger bullpen now, as it appears they have both a lefty and a right-hander up and throwing. And the first pitch of the inning here misses down and in for a ball. It's 1-0. And a breaking ball falls in there for a strike. It's 1-1.
Well, it's just game 1 of this series, but you almost have to wonder if they forgot to pack their offense when they got on the plane. It's been nowhere to be found so far.
And he comes back with a fastball. 1-2 now.
Now you can't look for a specific pitch. You just got to protect the plate.
Hit hard back up the middle, and that's in for a base hit. Make it a 1-for-3 game so far.
And this offense has pretty much been shut down here into the 6th inning. That's just their 3rd hit of the ball game, so time has come for them to start trying to put something together.
Angel Pagan comes to the plate here, and we'll see how they play it with that leadoff man on base.
Yeah, and in this situation, you've got to move that runner to second any way you can. So we're going to see how they decide to play it right here.
And they pitch out here, but nothing's going on. Zimmerman comes set. Here's the 1-0. Just missing here, 2-0.
Now after that first pitch out, another ball here really puts you in the hole against a dangerous hitter.
Swing and a liner, but foul. Here's a look over to first, and he just manages to get his hand in. He's set, and the 2-1 pitch. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Taking it in is Puig, and there's your first out.
And into his 6th inning of work now. Let's take a look at the breakdown for him so far.
Buster Posey steps in, working on a 1-for-2 game so far. Jackson goes. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. And there's out number 2 as this is taken in shy of the track, and the runner will have to retreat.
When you take a look there at the line from our starter, I mean, basically, he's allowed 3 singles so far, and that's it. They haven't been able to mount any real opposition against him so far.
Hunter Pence will stand in. A strikeout victim his first time and then a base hit last time around. And he'll take strike one on the fastball, registering at 93 that time.
And this offense has just been stuck in neutral. Even when they get a guy on to start the inning, they've got nothing to go with it.
0-1 count and the pitch. And no offer that time from Pence as it evens the count at 1-1. A runner on first with 2 away. Now a throw over to first, and he'll get back in safely. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Now a swing and a ball popped high in the air over toward foul ground. And this is going to wind up a foul ball. 2 out with the man at first. And that misses 2-2. A 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. This one misses, and that'll fill the count here. 3-2 with 2 away.
And now 3-2, 2 out. He'll be helped by the fact that that runner will get a head start out there.
Now a swing and little pop up here right behind home plate. And no one will get this one. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Swing and a ball lifted in the air toward the line and right. Puig is under it, and he makes the catch for out number 3. Giants leave 1. They trail things here 2-0. Adrian Gonzalez will step in. He's lined out and grounded out in 2 trips.
He seems to be seeing the ball okay, though, making some decent contact so far.
Right back at it now is Kane as he gets ahead of his leadoff man here. 0-1. Not too many strikeouts on the ledger for him so far, but it hasn't really mattered.
Yeah, I think ideally you'd like to see him miss a few more bats, but as long as you're keeping guys off balance and you're letting your defense help you, you don't need to strike a ton of guys out to be successful.
Grounded up the first baseline. And he missed with it. It's 1-2.
Yeah, and you got to figure if he's going to jump the yard here, it's going to have to be to left field, because I don't think they're going to give him anything inside that he can pull.
Drilled to the right side, and that is through into right field for a single.
Well, these guys have been high on effort, but low on results so far. They're still stuck on 2 runs, but at least they've got a leadoff base runner here to start this inning.
Now here comes Bruce Bochy out of the Giants dugout on his way to the mound. And he'll take the baseball here, so that'll be all this afternoon for Matt Cain. He'll wind up lasting just 5 innings here. Didn't pitch all that poorly, yet he's gone nonetheless. Brian Dunsing will take over on the mound now here in the 6th inning.
Number 56, Brian Dunsing.
Josh Donaldson will be the first to stand in against the new pitcher, as he'll do so with the runner at first and nobody out. First pitch coming. Here it is. And he catches the inside corner for a called strike. 0-1. Now some action out in the Giants bullpen as they'll have both a left-hander and a right-hander get loose. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1.
And you know, sometimes when you're thinking fastball, you try to get moving just a little bit early. And that's a good job of recognizing off speed and then holding back on the swing.
And he lays off for a ball. 2-1.
And that's not a bad spot. Just go ahead and stay out there. Don't come down the middle because we know he can hurt you.
Started to go. Did he hold up in time? Yes, says the first base umpire. It's ball 3 now. Set. Here's the 3-1. Very weakly on the ground, but it gets foul.
This is turning into a great battle at the plate.
Takes this the other way to right. In there, a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
And these guys would like nothing more than to add on to their 2-run lead. Back-to-back hits have them in business to do just that.
Yasmani Grandal steps in here. He'll look to keep it going after hitting a double and scoring a run last time up.
Boy, he had a great at-bat last time up, and he'll look for another pitch he can drive right here.
Starts him out with a slider for a strike.
Now with 2 on, nobody out, you got to be thinking strikeout double play out there on the mound. One or the other is what you really need.
He's set. Here's the 0-1. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. High and deep to straightaway right. Back goes Pence, but he won't get there as it lands just shy of the wall. And no sense risking anything here as the bases will be loaded now with still nobody out.
Well, for a relief pitcher, he hasn't given him a whole lot of relief. That's back-to-back singles now since he showed up, and he's in a heck of trouble now.
Into the box now, Justin Turner. As the first pitch to him is a changeup that can't find the zone. It's ball 1.
Well, right here is where you've got to be smart out there. They've got nowhere to put you, so he probably won't be working the corners.
He's ready. Here's the 1-0. Slapped hard the opposite way. A leap, but he can't bring it down. Base hit. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run's in to score from third. It's a 3-0 game.
Oh, just a great approach there to get him an RBI on the base hit. And with the way their guy's throwing the ball, 3 runs might be enough to do it.
Here's Howie Kendrick. As the first pitch to him is taken low and away for ball 1. Would you say he's not really finishing his pitches at this point?
That's a good way to put it. It looks like he's aiming a little too much, and that's not working for him.
1-0 count. Here it is. Swing and a liner, but foul. Tap fouled at home plate. Line to the right side. And that's in there. Base hit. In to score is the runner from third. That makes it a 4-0 ball game.
Well, you got a good pitch to hit. This is out over the plate, and he knows just what to do with it. Drives this one to right field and picks up that RBI from third.
Jordan Zimmerman will dig in now. The sixth man to bat in the inning with still nobody out.
And it's been sort of a domino effect here in this half inning. Nobody wants to be the first guy to make an out, and so far, nobody has.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a ball chopped foul right at home plate. Now the 0-1. And a sinker dips too low there. Into the dirt, in fact.
And this is all about having faith in your catcher that he's going to block that pitch, as well he should. He's one of the best around when it comes to smothering balls in the dirt.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Heading out towards shallow right. Pence giving chase. But he won't get there. It falls in. The cash in here as the run is in to score from third. Now a 5-0 lead.
Helping his own cause right there, and no need to wait for the RBI guys to drive him in. He says, you know what? I can be an RBI guy too. That's a great at-bat right there, and that drives in a run.
Jacoby Ellsbury will stand in another dangerous spot here in the inning as this ball game is hanging on the precipice of getting out of hand.
Yeah, I think you have to get this guy if you're going to have any chance of sticking around. Even a single here might put this one out of reach.
First pitch of the at-bat. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1. Seems like they're showing a lot of faith in this guy, leaving him out there.
And I think you appreciate that as a pitcher, but sometimes when you don't have it, you don't have it. Looks like this is going to be one of those times.
Comes set with the 0-1. Pulled high in the air out to right field. On the move is Pence. He gets there to make the catch, but this should bring home a run as the runner tags from third. And a sixth run will come across on the sac fly. It's now 6-0.
Well, it's been a big inning already, and they tack on another run here on the sacrifice fly. But at this point, I think defensively, you're just happy to take an out.
Carl Crawford ready for another at-bat now. He's 2 for 3 so far.
Yeah, and you can bet he'd love to get himself that third hit. Those are the kind of games that puts a little extra pep in your step.
Here's a first pitch slider that just tails out of the zone. It's ball 1.
And now after the sac fly there, here's where you got to take the mindset of, all right, I got a clean slate here. Now I just need to get 2 more outs and let my guys try and get these runs back.
The 1-0 delivery. That's inside. 2-0.
I think he's letting this situation get the better of him out there. But you have to have a short memory if you're a relief pitcher. You can't dwell on what just happened.
Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Now this is on the ground to first. We'll see if they can get 2. One there. On to first, but not in time as he's in there ahead of the throw.
Oh, and he nearly got that double play. He needed to get himself out of the inning. But you see the good hard slide here at second base and the return throw just a little too late. So that'll be scored a fielder's choice and an RBI.
In now is Yasiel Puig. This will take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. I think that man right there is reaching the end of his wits.
Oh, his team is absolutely imploding right now, and it basically came out of nowhere.
Now a snap throw to first, and the runner back safely.
Why not? Make him get dirty.
0-1, here's the pitch. And he misses with it. 1-1. Here it comes on 1-1. Line toward the alley in left center. Pagan is there, and he puts it away to stop the bleeding. Another good inning here for the Dodgers. Hey, not everybody leaves early. Back with more from Game 1 after this. Back here at Dodger Stadium. 7th inning coming up now in Game 1 as we take a look there at our game summary through the first 6 innings so far. Casey McGee is set to get us started for the late innings of this one.
And so far in this one, they're still getting shut out. So this leadoff at bat could be huge if he can just get on base, because they've been held in check all game.
Now a fastball on the inside corner, and he takes a look at strike 1.
I think a lot of pitching coaches would like to see that first pitch strike ratio better than about 60%, but that's what he's got going for him tonight, and he's pitched very well.
Down the third baseline, but this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Little chopper back to the mound. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
That 5-run inning broke this game wide open, so you can bet he'll be more free and easy out there on the mound. That's a nice job of getting that first out of the inning.
Joe Panik ready to take another shot. Went down on strikes his last time up.
Yep, they sent him packing last time, so maybe they have a pretty good idea of how to attack him again right here.
Watches a fastball right there for strike 1.
Yeah, he's definitely still bringing it. It's the 7th inning, and we're still hearing the catcher's mitt snapping all the way up here.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And this is high, a ball and a strike.
Well, one thing we've seen from this guy on the mound so far, when he makes bad pitches, they typically miss out of the strike zone. They don't miss in the zone where they can be crushed.
A little behind on that swing, and now he'll try to shorten up maybe and protect the plate. Line drive to left. Crawford will give it a look, but this drops in for a base hit.
And this is really one of the few balls they've hit solidly all afternoon. So now we'll see if maybe they can get something going here.
Juan Rodriguez will come forward now. He's popped out and struck out in his first 2 plate appearances. First pitch on its way. Out in front of it, strike 1. Hot shot towards the hole. A diving try, but he can't haul it in. It's through for a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Maybe a chance here to put a dent into that scoreboard after all. This gives them a couple guys on base now here in the late going. And at the very least, another hit here could be enough for them to avoid the shutout.
Brandon Crawford will step in now as his guys look for a breakthrough here with a runner in scoring position.
Yeah, and it's been a long time coming. They haven't done anything with their opportunities so far. Maybe this will be the time that they finally crack the scoreboard.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And he gets ahead here with the fastball. Strike 1. Bullpen working behind him, but you know this guy does not want to give up the baseball.
And he never does. I just don't think that's in his mentality.
Ground ball sent back up the middle. And that is through into center field, a base hit. The throw home. And they're not going to get him as he's in there to score.
Well, for a while there, it didn't look like they were ever going to break through, but they finally get on the board here in inning number 7. Now they've got to see if they can add on a few more and maybe make this game a little more interesting.
Nori Aoki will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 23, Nori Aoki.
Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Chop foul over towards the dugout. The 0-1. Might have thought about it here, but he lays off the breaking ball inside. It's even at 1. Runners are at the corners with one man out. Now a ball grounded to short. This could be 2. There's 1. Back to Gonzalez, but it's a bit too late, and they'll settle for just the 1 out.
And with 1 away, they were hoping to get the double play up the middle to get him out of this. But they wind up only getting 1 on the play as that run comes home to score on the fielder's choice.
Austin Jackson gets another crack right here. He's got a hit in 3 tries to this point. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Hit hard down the right field line, but that's a foul ball. Hit hard up the middle. And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
And things are starting to change for the worse out there. Now, this is a guy who hadn't given up a run until earlier this inning. And now all of a sudden, he's having a hard time getting anybody out. Looks to me like he's hit the wall out there.
Angel Pagan gets a shot now with 2 men on and 2 away here in inning number 7.
And we'll see here if he can come through. It can be discouraging to see opportunities like this late in a ball game go untapped.
Into the seats, 0-1. Here comes the 0-1. That's on the inside corner to put him behind here. 0-2.
Yeah, that's in a great spot, too. Just hard, late movement working down and in.
Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Down and away. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Still now on 1 and 2, you don't have to make the perfect pitch out there. The count is still well in your favor on the mound.
Here's a fastball in on the fist, and that'll even things up at 2-2. Where do you go from here?
I think he's set up for something off speed. If you can put that changeup below his knees, you won't come within a foot of it.
2-2 count. Here it comes. And a fastball in the dirt that's taken for a ball.
Boy, nothing's really come easy for him so far on the mound. He's had to work for everything, and now he's got to deal with another full count.
2 down, runners at first and second. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs on 4 base hits. No errors and a couple of men left on. Bottom of the 7th inning upcoming in L.A. Get up and stretch. It's the Dodgers 7 and the Giants 2. Ernesto Frieri will get the ball now as he'll take over on the mound to start the home 7th.
Ernesto Frieri.
Into the box, Adrian Gonzalez. He singled his last time up.
First baseman, Adrian Gonzalez.
And he tries to hold back on the swing, but I think it would have been ruled a strike anyway. It's 0-1. lifted into the air out towards center field. Jackson moves over, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
The batter, third baseman, Josh Donaldson.
Josh Donaldson digs in. He reached on a single and would later wind up scoring in his last at-bat. Now here's the pitch. And this is low, ball one. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Lays off a fastball that doesn't miss by much, and it's 2-0.
Two really close pitches to kick off this at-bat. Normally this guy would be all over him, but he's shown some discipline here with two good takes.
Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0. And he won't even have to take the bat off its moorings. A 4-pitch walk here.
And once he got to 2-0, I think he started peeking over at that on-deck circle because it was pretty clear that he didn't want any part of this guy.
Yasmani Grandal steps in. He scored after reaching on a single his last time up. He's set, and the pitch. And he takes a cold strike. 0-1. And it's quickly 0-2. On its way, the 0-2 pitch. Low with a fastball here in the dirt even. It's ball one.
On 0-2, if that's a curveball, a changeup, a sinker, then maybe you get a guy to chase. But it's much easier to lay off a pitch down there when it's a straight fastball.
1-2, here it comes. Stung into the gap in right center for what should be extra bases. And they'll have runners at second and third following the one-out double.
Well, anybody who calls this place home will tell you this is not a home run hitting park, but it will give up its share of doubles. And this one moves runners to second and third now as they're looking to cash in.
Stepping in now, Justin Turner, as he goes after the first pitch and lines one out toward right center. And that's into the outfield for a one-out hit. Notch one in the score column as the runner from third crosses the plate, and he is in there.
Well, if you want to point fingers at who's to blame for this disaster, you're going to need both hands. In the pitching, the batting, the defense, the execution. Just draw a line through this one. This one's been an absolute disaster.
Digging in, Howie Kendrick. He came through with an RBI single in his last at-bat.
And they take another single right here, too, no doubt. Runner in scoring position, so any ball into the outfield probably gets him home.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. And here's a fastball called for strike one. The 0-1 pitch. Now a fastball off the plate away. A ball and a strike. One out and a runner on second base. Had him off stride that time, and it's 1-2.
And now what do you go with here on the 1-2 count? I got a feeling that this one won't be in the strike zone either.
And, oh, look out as he has to hop out of the way of the fastball there.
I think it's pretty simple. The message here is stop leaning out over the plate. Well, the pitcher's got to be able to work inside, so that's just a reminder there.
Swing and a miss as he ran that two-seamer right by him for the second out.
I love this pitch right here. Just an elevated fastball with 2 strikes. Nothing much to it. He just says, this is just a good old country fastball, and he runs it right by him.
Jordan Zimmerman will get a shot now in an RBI spot, so a chance to help his own cause here.
And he's got a hit in the game already, so he can handle the bat at least a little bit.
Weak chopper up the line. McGee over to his left. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is retired. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. It's the Dodgers 9 and the Giants 2. Buster Posey will start the inning for San Francisco with Hunter Pence to follow on deck.
Well, you're facing a pretty big deficit in this game, so they need to start clawing their way back.
Here's the pitch. On to the 8th now as the first pitch is a fastball that's looked at for ball 1. A funny thing happened on the way to his shutout in the last inning. Any surprise that he's back out there for the 8th?
Well, if it's me, I think I let the bullpen try and take me home, but he might have said something between innings that made his manager change his mind, so he's back out there.
Swing and a liner, but foul. Two balls and a strike. Here it is. Hit hard to short. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. Well, the Dodgers have enjoyed the upper hand so far against the rival Giants as you get a look at our line score through the first 7 innings from Dodger Stadium. Hunter Pence will stand in. He flew out his last time up. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike 1.
You know, he's pitched a really nice ball game to this point, but this is a big moment for him. Getting through the heart of this order at this stage of his outing would be huge.
And no offer that time from Pence as it evens the count at 1-1. And he'll fall behind now to 1-2. Ready on 1-2. Now a pitch runs in on him here, and all he can do is flare one foul off to the right side. The 1-2 pitch. And they'll try to get him fishing there, but he won't offer in the dirt, and it's back to even at 2-2. Softly hit out toward short. throw on to first, and Pence is turned away here for out number 2.
Now batting, third baseman, Casey McGee.
Casey McGee will stand in now with 2 away, needing to really get something started here.
And their chances of getting back into this ball game are growing dimmer by the batter.
To short. Turner's got it. Throw will go to Adrian at first, and with it, the side is retired. Giants down in order. They're down by a touchdown. It's 9-2. A.J. Yabuta will come on now in a mop-up role as he'll just try and keep this deficit from growing any larger.
Yabuta.
Jacoby Ellsbury leads it off for the boys in blue here in the 8th at Dodger Stadium.
Center fielder, Jacoby Ellsbury.
Now a fly ball here, not hit all that well out toward Pence in right. 1 pitch, 1 away.
The batter, left fielder, Carl Crawford.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Carl Crawford, already 2 for 2. He'll look to add on right here. Low with the splitter, ball 1. And it looks now like a right-hander's getting hot in the Giants bullpen. Runs outside, so it goes to 2-0 now.
And that's going to give him another great hitting count here on 2-0. No wonder they're up by 7.
Gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate. 1 out, nobody on. Lifted the other way to left center. Pagan has a read on it. And that's the 2nd out of the inning.
The right fielder, number 66, Yasiel Puig.
Settling in now, Yasiel Puig. He's 1 for 4 for the game. Here it comes. And a fastball's in there for strike 1.
That's a 2-seam fastball right there. It looks to the hitter like it's going to be inside, and then it tails back to the inside corner of the plate.
2 out, nobody on. I had him reaching at thin air that time, and he's very quickly down 0-2.
And you kind of get the sense that he's not really messing around out there too much. There hasn't been a whole lot of setting guys up here in this inning. He's just trying to get himself back into that dugout as fast as he can.
Hit hard to the right side. That's through for a base hit, his 2nd of the ball game.
With some guys, it doesn't matter if it's 0-2 or 2-0. They take the same approach either way. Well, this right here is one of those guys, and he comes through from being down in the count.
Here's Adrian now. As the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. A runner on first with 2 away. That evens it up 1-1. One and one, here it is. And he's a little too high with that one. 2 balls and a strike. Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
This is a good fastball spot for him now, and keep in mind, he's got a big hole on that right side of the infield.
Ready on 3-1. Here's the pitch. And that'll miss. It's ball 4, and down to first goes Adrian.
And it looked like he was on his way to breezing through this half inning. But then a base hit, now a walk here with 2 away, and that's opened the door for these guys to maybe do some damage after all.
Digging in once again, Josh Donaldson. He scored after reaching on a walk in his first at-bat. The fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1, 1-0. Chopped foul right at home plate. And did he go around? No, he did not. Ball 2.
There's not a whole lot of conviction in that swing. It was almost like an afterthought, like an emergency hack.
The catcher wanted it down, and they got him to chase it for strike 2. 2 men are on with 2 men out. And here's a ball hit in the air. And the 2-out threat will not come to pass as the inning is over. Dodgers strand a couple, but they hold a 9-2 lead. Stephen Kaplan will come in now working with a huge lead, so he'll just look to get some work in here.
Kaplan.
Joe Panik will stand in now to begin their half of the 9th in a game that was decided long ago.
Yeah, this is mop-up time out there right now, but hey, these at-bats still count against your batting average, so you can't go up there and just mail it in. You've got to see this through right to the end of the game.
9th inning underway now as the first pitch is taken for a cold strike.
You know, a lot of times with a sinker baller out there, you're just conditioned to always look for something down. So he can surprise you with that high fastball, maybe 4-seam it every once in a while, and when he does, you can forget it.
Just a bit late, and he's fallen behind 0-2. Hit down the line at first. And Gonzalez takes this one over to first himself for the out.
First baseman number 10.
2 outs away from a victory here that you'd have to say will be a rather convincing one.
You know, Matt, in every phase of the game, hitting, pitching, defense, it all favors the home side here. Top to bottom, they've been the better team.
Juan Rodriguez digs in. He reached on a single and would later wind up scoring in his last at-bat. Now the pitch. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And there's ball 1. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Swing, and he pops him up over toward foul territory. Gonzalez will get there as he's able to tuck this one away just past the first base dugout for out number 2.
And that's telling of how they've swung the bat. This has just been a punchless offense so far. And this pop-up is pretty indicative of their struggles.
Giants down to their final out now. And stepping in, the slick fielding shortstop, Brandon Crawford. Here's his swing, and just foul, says the umpire, and he was right on that one. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And that's taken for strike 2, as now they're down to their final strike here this afternoon.
Oh, you like the way this guy is just going about his business here. He's got a big lead, but he's pitching like it's a tie game here in the 9th.
Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Yeah, and you know this home crowd is going to get to drive home happy as their guys come through with a very good win.
Well, this one pretty much over before it started as we give you a final look at the line score here in what turned out to be a blowout victory. And guys, if you're going to be successful in the postseason, as you know, you need players coming up big, and this guy certainly did that. He's our top player of the game.
And obviously, every game is so important in the postseason, but this was one they definitely needed, and he came up with a huge performance here.
So that'll just about do it for us this afternoon. Thanks to Eric Karros, Steve Lyons, and the rest of our crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian.